Good day, YouTube. Moparmodeler here with a review. Today I'm going to review Mobius's 1965 Mercury comet. And here we have the direction sheet. All right. Here we have the chrome trees. You know, you got the front bumper, back bumper, rear tail light, panel, front headlights, and grille together. Here you have your stainless steel rims and stock valve covers, speed shifter, mirror, and interior mirror. And then here you have, and I like this, you have the door handles that are separate. And you have windshield wipers that are separate. And here we have the decal sheet. It's rather Spartan. It's got Idaho 1965 tags on it. You know, it's got that body emblem, some under the hood. It's got the dash, the instrument cluster gauges, a speedo, and all that good stuff. Here we have the glass. You know, you have the front window, rear window, the wings or the vent windows for headlights, for bulbs for the headlights, and you have the two rear taillights. All right, here we have the body. It's fairly crisp. I am quite surprised, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is flashing, you know, on the very edges of the front fenders, you know, the headlight surround. We also have some, and I don't think my camera's going to pick it up, but right in here you have on both sides you have a slight mold line that would be easy to clean up, and then also on both sides you have, and I think my camera actually is picking that one up, you have mold lines here that would be very easy to pick up, or that should be easy to take out. Other than that, the body looks really nice and really crisp. It truly looks like it'll be a fun kit to build. Now the floor pan, what's nice about it is the only writing that's not necessary to the kit is the part number inside of the fuel tank. On the undercarriage, the underside, there is nothing that has a date, year, or anything. So, you know, and no injection marks, no sink marks. The only place that I found any writing and numbers is on the inside of the trunk. You can see where it has Mobius and the date of 2016 and all that. You know, the hood has flashing around the backside here and on the edge here, and it would be easy to clean up. That won't be too hard. And then I really am not a fan of how they, you know, put the injector marks there, but if you're very careful with a saw, you'd be able to get that out. And then I do like the under the hood detail. It's very, very nice. Front bucket seats and the rear bench seat. Front spindles and I guess the front brake rotors or something, you know, for the front tires. I like this. Here you have the sun visors for the interior separate. You have the center console, and this is the backings for the bucket seats. And then we also have here separate exhaust and some shocks. And I have to make a correction. Earlier I said in the chrome tree that was a stock valve covers, and they'd have to be unchromed. Actually, you know, if you look closely, I don't know if I picked it up, but on the chrome tree they were actually finned valve covers. They were aftermarket. Here you have the stock valve covers, so you won't have to dechrome them. And you have a few other little pieces here. I'm not I'm not sure what they are. I'm looking, I can't tell what they are. I'd have to look at the directions. And the tires are 4 white wall, no name skinnies. Alright, here we have 2 more trees. Here we have the interior side panels, steering wheel column, drive shaft, the dash, which looks very nice. You know, that should detail very well, very crisp, no flashing on these parts. Brake, master cylinder, coil, and the hood springs. Here we have what I think is, I'm not sure, a representation of the Ford 8-inch. It could be a 9, but it looks to be a Ford 8-inch. I could be wrong though. You have the brake, accelerator and clutch pedal, rear suspension, rear valance, 2 horns, what's probably the back tire brakes or backings, front valance, and the steering wheel and the front cross member, and what looks like to be pins for the wheel and tire assembly. Alright, the last 3 trees I have to show is one of the 289 engine, and the transmission is married to the engine block. It's in 2 pieces, and the transmission depicts the 4-speed or 3-speed, whatever it may be. Carburetor, you know, water pump, intake, separate starter, all sorts of nice nifty little separate hoses. Exhaust manifold looks kind of weird, but you know, there's the exhaust manifolds. Now we'll move on over to there's a lot of parts missing, so I'm assuming that there is going to be other versions of this Comet coming out soon, probably some drag racing versions. But you know, what's left on this tree that they didn't snip off is there's a battery, a windshield washer fluid bottle, the firewall, which has very light wire lines, that so if you wanted to take them off, it wouldn't be hard, and add your own wiring. What looks like the part of the suspension there, and then the brace that goes over the motor, that goes to the firewall, to the shock towers. And then we have here 2 springs for the front suspension, 2 separate inner fender wells, which is nice, makes things nice to detail. Again, spots where there's missing parts, probably for a whole different version. Here we have the the steering linkage, and you have the radiator. So that was my review of Mobius's 1965 Comet Cyclone. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please, by all means, go pick this kit up. Even if you're not a Ford guy, by all means, pick this kit up. It will be a fun build and easy to detail and make into a really nice representation. So with that, my friends, remember, it's only a hobby. Enjoy it.